EdTech and STEM on learning experiences and how can we change the future and shape the future for better generation. So I want in the beginning to welcome you all to this webinar, and I hope we all exchange knowledge and change the world together. And I hope this webinar will be very short and nice and full of information for you. So the first idea I have for today is the classroom of today is the future of tomorrow. If you agree with this, just raise your hand. If you don't agree with this, just put a question mark on the textbooks or the chat box. So the classroom of today is what we are doing today for our students, is preparing them for the future of tomorrow. I want to start my presentation by giving you a very small scenario about a girl named Sarah. And we consider Sarah a universal student, a global student who is eager to learn and to explore. So imagine with me this beautiful, curious student who is eager to explore, who wants to learn more, and who wants to be motivated to discover. Um, she sits in a regular classroom where lessons follow the same structure her grandparents once experienced: textbooks, rote memorization, and the standardized tests. And as you see, she follows all the instructions with the teacher. She writes down all the notes. And in the other hand, she is eager to learn and she wants to explore. Meanwhile, outside the classroom, the world is evolving at lightning speed. AI is revolutionary industry, and it is changing all the world around her. Automation is transforming jobs, and innovation is the key to success. But still, Sarah is limited in that classroom and in that area, in the traditional classroom. One day, Sarah, she visits a high-tech driven school where students learn through the AI-powered tutors, collaborate on real-world STEM projects, and use coding to solve global challenges. And she watches as they design robots, analyze data, and think critically about the future. She was watching with a curiosity. She was inspired, and she realizes that education is not just about facts, it's about preparing for a world that doesn't yet exist. So, after this nice story about the Sarah and the comparison between the regular classroom she was in and the expected classroom she wanted to join, and which will prepare Sarah for the future, I want to hear your reflection. What do you think? Are we preparing the students for the future? As our education system really preparing them to be leaders of the future? Are the tools you as a teacher and educator and a decision maker using in your school, in your classroom, preparing Sarah and other students just like Sarah well for the coming future, for the rapid changing technology future, for the future jobs, the jobs that are not yet exist maybe? So the rapid evolution of technology in education is our topic for today. I hope my introduction was nice and just attractive for you. So technology is, changing education, making learning more interactive, making learning personalized and accessible. The AI-driven platforms, they are providing students with adaptive learning experiences, while the tech tools also, such as the iPads, the robots, the kits, all the tools the teacher can use to engage students, they are engaging students in a very nice way through gamification, through virtual reality and collaborative digital spaces. The rise of STEM education actually bridges the gap between academic knowledge and real world application, preparing students for future careers. As schools integrate these advancements, educators must embrace innovation, develop digital competencies, and leverage data driven insights to enhance the students' learning outcomes. The key to success actually lies in a balance, in finding the balance between technology and the effective teaching strategies to foster critical thinking, creativity, and lifelong learning. So, if we are talking about the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and STEM, we have these three dimensions on one triangle, and all of them are guiding the student to be a better, to have a better experience and to give the teachers the tools of better instructions and better methods to teach. So, the integration of AI and machine learning into STEM education marks a major shift in teaching and learning approaches, with the potential to transform both the student experiences and the instructional methods. Advancements in AI, alongside growing access to vast data sets, enhance learning outcomes by enabling personalized learning, increasing student engagement, and improving assessment efficiency. And this, by the way, this information is there in the research paper of many of the researchers. They through in-depth research and through many understanding and deep understanding of what the students need in order to improve their level of adjusting to the changes in the world and to the digitalization of the education, and to make link between STEM education, machine learning, and AI. What challenges, if you want as a teacher or as a decision maker in the school, you want to adapt STEM education and you want to include the AI and the machine learning in your school. So, what are the challenges that you might face? You might face many challenges, in fact, such as the data privacy and the digital divide, limiting access to students in under-resourced school. For example, students' information and their parents' data might be at risk of being exposed to many sites and many, let's say, service providers. However, these technologies offer opportunities to enhance engagement through interactive tools such as the virtual labs and support personalized learning, and they need less, they have less risks of data leak and this publicity of the data. The data privacy and security is very important for all users of machine learning and AI. And as you know, most of us uses the chat GPT and the DeepSeek now, and they ask you to you have two options. You can use these platforms online, register by registering yourself and making an account, or you can use it as a guest. So the data privacy and security is very important issue when you are using such platforms, and when you are using any website, even as virtual labs or any technologies. In fact, the educational institutions store extensive student data, and safeguarding this information is very important for maintaining the trust between the educators, students, and parents. Additionally, when we implement the AI and the machine learning technologies, this this needs us to be very considerable in the infrastructure and in choosing what tools we are using, and the professional development, and clarifying the agreements with the parents, which might be a very significant, sometimes a problem for many institutions. Ethical issues also, including the fairness and transparency, are very vital in ensuring the AI does not, have any inequalities. Collaboration between educators, researchers, and tech companies is essential for creating effective, ethical AI tools and advancing the AI research in education. Many papers talk about that part, and which is the challenges and the risks we might have in using the AI and machine learning on our classrooms, on our educational system, and on our educational institutions. And in summary, all those risks, we should handle them very carefully by clarifying the policies and procedures to parents, and by choosing the trustworthy websites and applications that we might choose, because now the market full of applications, and we have many and many platforms that are providing us with those technologies. Assessment and feedback is another important point you have to consider while you're applying and adapting AI and machine learning inside your institution and the classroom. Actually, the AI and the machine learning offer significant opportunities to improve assessment and feedback in education. Unlike traditional methods such as standardized tests, which often fail to capture the full range of students' abilities, that when we give the students the AI powered tools, we provide them with more detailed ongoing assessments. Those tools offer real time feedback, helping students to recognize and address their weaknesses, and they can reduce the administrative burden on educators, allowing them to focus more on teaching and engaging with the students. I totally agree with Al Hazmi, and I believe that those adaptive learning techniques and platforms will take the burden of correcting, giving feedback, making extra tests for students according to the analysis of their grades. So when you are using the assessment and feedback system that is supported by the AI, for sure you are going to give the students more personalized and different experience, and this will improve the learning outcomes and will help the teacher to reduce the burden of making extra worksheets and making extra differentiation methodologies inside the classroom, because the platform will provide this for the students. Actually, educators acquire new skills effectively, incorporate these technologies into teaching. When you are, as a teacher, using one platform that provide you with adaptive learning, this includes not only learning how to use the AI tool, but also understanding the limitation and the biases of them. You have to be aware of the limitation also of the tool when you are using it, and you have to be aware of the bias and the accuracy of the information that you are getting from it. And you have to transform this knowledge to your students so that they can use the AI tool carefully and wisely. Educators need training to analyze the data from the AI system and use it to enhance their teaching methods. So it's not only about the school buying or making agreement with one company or one provider to give you map tests that are following the adaptive learning and they have the AI tool, but also it is about you as a teacher analyzing this tool, choosing the level of the exam, and choosing the extra, the other additional exercises, let's say assigning assignments according to the level of the students, allowing this platform to work according to your expectations and to what is better for the students. What opportunities we have when we are using the AI and machine learning? As we said, we covered the challenges and we looked in depth into the feedback system and assessment. Now we want the opportunities that we might have if we are using the AI and machine learning in STEM education? Actually, there are many opportunities. It will enhance the learning outcomes and it will give the students a very personalized education system. It will prepare students for future tech challenges, and these technologies also will adapt the content to individual needs. And this is very important point, because when we are using the adaptive learning, and for example, if you assign let's say quiz for your students, or one exercise, and many students they make it they get a full mark in it, others they fail on this exam, or they get not they didn't reach the benchmark of the class. So the platform will automatically generate new questions, or repeat the questions, explain the questions, and give them similar questions till they mastered this skill that you are looking for. So it's very important that you enable your students to gain this profit by using these technologies. It will enable personalized learning by adapting content to individual needs, improving comprehension and retention. AI powered simulation and virtual labs such as PhET increase engagement by making abstract concepts very tangible to students. So it is very important for you also, if you are in a school that has limited resources and you said, my school, they don't provide any cooperation or any outside resources, you can use the online resources. PhET is a very rich virtual lab, and you can use all the tools inside this lab in order to make the science more engaging and very interesting experience for your student. Also, AI provides real-time feedback, helping students correct their mistakes, as I said, quickly and improve the learning outcomes. It also streamlines administrative tasks, freeing up teachers to focus more on instruction. So, when we provide the teachers with the AI tools, we are giving them the way to teach smartly, not hardly, to be very to have more focus on preparing the students to have better learning outcomes than doing all the hard work, preparing the lesson plans and the annual plans, and making many different versions of one exam or one worksheet. So the teacher will save the effort, the teacher will save the time, but she will or he will going to use it in order to build more knowledge in the students, focus more in the instruction, and be more effective in the immersive classroom environment. The teacher will be also a learner side by side with the students. So the learning process will be a joint process between the teacher and the student. And in this, we will have a very immersive, totally immersive classroom where both student and teacher are learning, and the education process will be improvement, will hit an improvement. AI also fosters critical thinking by presenting real world problems, while also promoting inclusivity by supporting students with diverse learning needs, such as offering speech to text services for those with disabilities. Overall, AI and machine learning can create more efficient, engaging, and inclusive STEM education. So let's look at this drill now and think about the learning theory and the Summer model, the constructive learning theory and the Summer model, because I believe those two theories are very important in order to give us a wider picture about the integration between AI, ML, and STEM in a digital classroom. So this theory emphasizes that students learn best when they are actively engaged in meaningful experiences. Do you agree or disagree? Thumbs up. So if you have a class full of students and you are always using the way of lecturing them, giving them only worksheets, not engaging them in a real practice using that where they use their hands in doing the activities by cutting, pasting, building, using outstanding, not ordinary tools and recycled items, maybe, in order to be engaged in a real world problem solving opportunities. I remember one time I went to attend a class of chemistry class to one of my teachers, and she asked the students about finding a problem to solve, and that was the students were 8 to 9 years old. It was a grade three, and one of the students he said, I am bothered with the mosquitoes. I want to build a robot to kill the mosquitoes all over and the house, because my mama, she uses all kinds of all kinds of ways to prevent the mosquitoes from coming to my room, but still I am suffering from this problem. Look at his small problem and his big way of thinking. So he has chosen a real world problem, and the teacher supports him, and in fact to draw a sketch of the robot in his imagination with his group, and to put steps for understanding how to solve this problem by what is definitely defining the problem, what is this problem means to him in a personal level and on the community level, and how it's going to, if he build this robot, how it's going to solve a bigger problem, for example. So this is what we are talking about. We are talking about engaging students from early age into a classroom where they express their thoughts freely, and they think about real world problems and solving opportunities. Can he do that or he can do that? Is it a real problem or not real problem? Let's vote over the problem. By leveraging AI-powered adaptive learning platforms, virtual simulations, and interactive STEM tools, educators can create dynamic, student-centered experiences that promote understanding, critical thinking, collaborative problem solving, key principles of constructivist learning. So this is what we are talking about here on this theory. And it's very important that we apply this theory and in practice. We just want the title. So this is the title for what you are doing as a teacher. And we appreciate that all the teachers, they are doing a great effort inside the classrooms. We want the system to support the teachers by implementing those smart tools inside the classroom that will save the effort and the time for the teacher. The other theory I am interested on presenting for you, and I know all of you know those theories, is the Summer model. In fact, the Summer model explains how technology transforms learning through four levels: the substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. To start with the modification and redefinition levels. So the AI and the EdTech go beyond simply digitizing traditional teaching methods. It's not about using the smart boards. It's not about using PowerPoint presentation or Prezi. It is about enabling students and changing the way the students learn. So we want the students to be engaged in a creative and in an outstanding way, and they have to be engaged in the problem solving by using the AI, the machine learning, and the ethic methods. For example, using the VR glasses, using the virtual reality application, the HP Reveal, which make the students shout out of amazement in the classroom. Modification. The AI-powered tools reshape traditional tasks to enhance learning. For example, intelligent tutoring system like Current Learning and Madhya adapt lessons to individual students' needs, providing personalized feedback and scaffolding. In STEM, the AI-based coding platforms such as Google Teachable Machine, also Scratch. Also, we have the coding.com. They allow students, the Python, Tinkercad, they allow students to train machine learning models without programming expertise, encouraging hands-on experimentation. So it is very important in the modification to choose which tools are are adaptable in your classroom and to your material or to your subject, and put them on practice. And there are many platforms that provide you with the free, easy to access editions of their services, where you can use and integrate your lesson to robots, to coding, and merge between them in a very smart way. Redefinition, also, the AI and the EdTech enable entirely new learning experiences that were previously impossible. Virtual and augmented reality tools such as the Z Space immerses students in interactive simulation, such as dissecting a virtual frog or exploring the solar system in a 3D model. It is very nice for the students to see, and to we enable the students to see, like there is one application, it's very nice for the teacher to ask students to download it on the iPad so that they can see the body parts very clearly. Also, they can see the 3D model on the animals. I guess the teacher, she can reflect the 3D image on the wall or on the ground in order to make the students interact with it. So the AI-driven platform also, such as Labster, allows students to conduct complex virtual science experiences that might not only be visible in a traditional classroom, but also they can be additional to this traditional classroom. So even if your classroom is traditional, and even if your school is not highly equipped or AI driven school, you can apply those applications by yourself. You can be the change that you want to see in the future, and you can shape the future of your students by applying such incredible platforms inside your teaching. Also, the AI powered language learning apps. We have many AI powered language learning apps. One of them is Duolingo, and it provides a real time speech recognition and feedback, offering a personalized immersive learning experience. If you do this, what is the impact of doing it? By implementing the AI and EdTech at first, at these transformative levels, educators move now beyond being passive in the classroom to be more engaged, to be active in inquiry based education, fostering skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, and collaboration, essential competencies for the future workforce. Let's stop at our second reflection, and let's say now, which classroom are we creating for our students? Are we giving them the skills to thrive, or are we holding them back in the system built for the past? Take 1 minute, think about it, share ideas if you like. And for this reflection, it is very important to consider your current situation. Think about your classroom, your school, your company, your platform that you are running, your future classroom if you are a startup teacher. Is your classroom give your students the skills to thrive, or are you holding them back? Are you preparing them for the future, or are you putting them in an old scenario? The second reflection also is about this a very important question, and I want you to thumbs up and thumbs down if you agree or disagree. The future belongs to schools that embrace AI and ethic, not just to keep up, but to lead the change. Do you agree or disagree? I'm seeing some thumbs up. I have 187 like in the meeting, so we should have a shower of thumbs up and down. So what do you think? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Regina, Anita, Anahet, Drizia. Thank you very much. Yes, yes, yes. Nada, Marwan, Hajar, Marwa, Ibrahim, Haneen. Yes. So if we all agree on this, if we all agree on the fact that I'm going to go back. The future belongs to schools that embrace AI and edtech, not just to keep up, but to lead the change. So, from now on, you put the intention and you start acting. You lead the change. You are going to be the doer. You are going to start acting on this change. I want you to take a look at some statistics that I gathered from one of the research papers, and it is about high tech education schools worldwide. Most of us, they might use some internet here and there in the school. So, as the statistics show, on 2023, the internet connectivity, 40% of a primary, 50% of lower secondary, and 65% of upper secondary schools globally are connected to the internet. So are you from the 40%, 50%, or 60%? Now you can start and demand for internet connectivity, because you can't start using any application, any website, without having a good internet connectivity inside your classroom. Number two, I know some teachers, they use their own connectivity in order to provide such a creative classroom to their students. I really appreciate those teachers who are the doers. Statistics about high-tech education schools worldwide. Number two, household computer access. The number of people who have household computer access is 46%. They have computer in 2020. I guess nowadays it might be up to 60 something, 65 or 75, let's say. Most of the houses, they have a computer. Statistics also said that the edtech market, and here is the boom, the edtech market growth, the global edtech market is projected to reach 340 billions by 2025, which means there is an expansion, a big growth in the market of edtech. And if you don't follow the wave of the edtech, if you don't teach the way these students are willing to to learn, you are not going to catch up with the new generation. Digital learning in higher education. Also, the statistics shows that over 70% of colleges plan to launch online undergraduate programs in the next 3 years. So the education is going to be 70% online. Even nowadays, the colleges and the schools who are applying the on-site education, they have transformed some of their lectures to be online. So all of those statistics are ringing the bell for us to think wisely about how we are teaching. E-learning market. The global e-learning market is expected to reach 400 billions by 2026. So in conclusion, the integration of AI and ML in STEM education offers significant potential to enhance teaching and learning by overcoming challenges such as data privacy and digital divides, and the need to educator training. These technologies can provide personalized learning experiences, improve student engagement, and streamline administrative tasks as well. In fact, if we want to change, we have to start changing by now. And I am going to tell you in the end the story about how we changed our system to be more adaptive and to be very smart in using all these platforms and the minimum charges. With careful implementation and a focus on ethical consideration, AI and machine learning can transform STEM education, equipping students with the critical skills needed for future success in an increasingly technological world. The future is for the creative economy. The numbers are talking about creative economy. The numbers are talking about using technology in education. The statistics shows that the education is going to be, after 3, 4, 5 years, it's going to transform to be basically online. Maybe the AI will going to take care of some of the teaching resources, but the teacher is there in order to choose and select what is the best for the students and the comprehension and the understanding. So finally, how effective was the session in enhancing your understanding? In the end, I want you to tell me what challenges you are facing in implementing the AI and machine learning in your educational setting, and what improvements or additional topics would you suggest for future settings. I'm very glad that you have attended this session. I think I talked very fast, but we can open for a question and answer. And on the chat box, I'm going to open the chat box, and here we go. So, Regina, in Bahrain, most of the schools are equipped with technology. Excellent. Even the public schools, I guess they have some funds. This is great. Sadly, some schools, okay, are not applying this. I know some schools might not apply this, but you as a teacher, you can lead the process of change. You know, change starts from within. So if you decide to be a high-tech teacher, you have to now the internet has many resources for you to educate yourself, and you can choose and select whatever you want and whenever you like and from wherever you like, and you can educate yourself first, then choose the best tools and platforms to move this and to transform this knowledge to your students so that you can make your classroom and your teaching way smart and attractive, engaging to your students. Technology is not that developed. I am surprised. In Germany, technology is not developed to deliver knowledge and skills to pupils. My advice to you Alex, is to start by yourself again. Don't depend on the school system. I know not all the schools are supportive, but we as educators are supportive. I can choose any platform and educate myself in it and use it as a tool for the students. Include it in your preparation. Include it in your exams. There are many platforms that have a bank of questions and where you can do. Uh, I am very glad for Dr. Len. Thank you very much. I'm very glad that I had met those incredible teachers who are very, full of amazement and enthusiasm to apply technology in their classroom.